Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, inside Natchitoches Sports, and sitting here in the office of a good friend of mine, former Natchitoches Central boys basketball coach, now the principal here for Natchitoches Central, Micah Coleman. And Coach, obviously been a crazy few weeks and months for you, man. We'll start with the obvious one. Yesterday, you guys announcing the hiring of Brad Laird as your new head football coach. Talk a little bit about the process over the last couple weeks.
Well, we're obviously ecstatic over the hire of Coach Laird. Coach Laird's a guy that I've known for 2 decades. Always had the utmost respect for him as a man and as a coach, and some of the things he's been able to do at various levels, including high school. And he's just got experiences that you cannot ignore and cannot deny, from West Monroe to Ruston to the things that he's been able to help build at places he's always been, particularly his concentration on junior highs and building a solid foundation. What he was able to orchestrate in Ruston speaks for itself. Now you see Ruston enjoying long-term success, and they've got great coaches up there, but a lot of that was from the things that Coach Laird was able to orchestrate from the 6th grade level to the 7th and 8th grade level that bleeds over and feeds into their high school. And those types of experiences, along with everything he's been able to do at the college level and the experiences he's going to bring directly to our young men, made him an obvious choice. We were blessed that we had great interest in other great candidates, even particularly here on campus, and completely happy with those guys. And I know Coach Laird is working right now to solidify his staff, and we're pleased that our existing staff is mostly staying intact. And but yeah, we couldn't be happier here at Natchitoches Central than to have Coach Laird come on board, chief family, and lead our program. And we feel like our program has been re-energized. We're not losing any of that energy. We're not losing any momentum. We were very pleased with the turnaround and performance last year. We were 4 plays away from having a great season record, and a lot of that is still left there in the field house, and our kids haven't quit working since the season ended. And we feel like Natchitoches Central football, with Coach Brad Laird at the helm, is ready for it's ready to explode. I mean, I told Coach Laird I didn't really have to sell the program. Anybody that can take a look, that knows what they're looking for, can see that Natchitoches Central is a program ready to explode. And I just don't think there's a better man on the planet to lead our program right now than Coach Brad Laird.
Yeah, I mean, there's not. To me, it was the perfect scenario. You got a guy that's been here for 28 to 30 years, or whatever the case may be, and he's already got the relationship with the public. Now it's just about going out there and winning games. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I know you got. Let's switch over real quick, Coach, to something else. Yesterday, great news for the softball team. They won the district title with a 3-2 win over Airline. So we've got everybody between the softball team, where the baseball team's at right now after the win, sitting at number 1 in the power rankings. You had the boys basketball team win the state, or finish runner-up in the state tournament. Natchitoches Central Athletic as a whole, really good right now.
Well, what we have on staff here, we've got an entire faculty full of teachers and coaches. And to me, teaching, coaching is synonymous. There's no difference. But our coaches in particular have bought whole hog into chief culture and demanding excellence and expecting our kids to win. We're providing them opportunities to be champions. First and foremost in the classroom, you see our coaches are serious about what they do academically, and they understand our athletic program at Natchitoches Central exists to serve the academic interest of our school. And when you have coaches who begin their days, they begin their thinking, and that's what they model, you cannot help but have success transfer from the classroom onto the field. I think that's what we're seeing now. You mentioned girls softball last night, had a huge win, 7-0. 4-time back-to-back district champions. So thrilled with our hiring Coach Jeremy Hill, who's been an assistant on staff with us here, completely immersed in chief culture. I mean, he's a great model of that. He's got a young team. We have 1 senior on that team. I don't think anybody expected him to take it first year back to a district championship, but Coach Hale's a winner. His girls are winners. He runs a winning program, and so naturally, we're experiencing another district championship. You go right across the center field fence over onto the baseball side. Coach Reagan Kaufman, who's as excellent a model of a man as you can find.
Outstanding, isn't he?
He's a pretty good coach on top of that, and he's got a great staff to go with him. He's got a team full of juniors. We have a handful of seniors. And what's exciting about that team is they're number one in 5A, have been all season, competing every single night. And he's got 17 juniors, a ton of sophomores and freshmen to come back. But you're talking about men who took their programs and they built them the right way. They had struggles early on. They started with a solid foundation with discipline and dedication, excellence in everything they do. But you look at these guys are first excellent teachers in the classroom, which tells me they're going to be excellent coaches on the field. Boys basketball has a great tradition. Coach Sepulvedo has been the architect for that for years and years. Our girls basketball team had a great season. Coach Nikki Jones, another staple here at Natchitoches Central, completely immersed in Chief culture. And it bleeds on down into our track program, who is being re-energized and revitalized. Soccer programs had good, strong, competitive seasons. But we love what we're doing with athletics here at Natchitoches Central, but it all has an academic service component to it. So, we've experienced tremendous growth. At Natchitoches Central, we're one of the fastest, top-growing schools in Louisiana academically, and I don't think you can separate what goes on with academics from athletics, and vice versa. You can't separate what goes on with athletics with academics, and our goal is to give every kid at Natchitoches Central championship experiences. Kids in Natchitoches are winners. We just got to give them opportunities to prove it.
Absolutely. Well, look, one last question before we go, man. I know you got some other stuff. It's a busy world as a high school principal this time of year. How much we miss the basketball bench?
Look, I hired a lot smarter, a lot younger guys to do that. That's one thing I've always been good at. I'm smart enough to know I'm not smart enough, so I'll go hire somebody who is. We've got tremendous coaches. Being in this role allows me an opportunity to stay close to teachers and to coaches, and gives me an opportunity to maybe mentor and coach in a different aspect. I'm never far away from kids, and I'm never far away from teachers and coaches. I'm a teacher at heart. That's all I ever really wanted to be, and that's all I ever will be. But, I miss some of those day-to-day things, but this job is rewarding in other ways. And getting to, interview and really get to know and hire guys like Brad Laird, of course, Coleman, Spover, Reagan Kaufman. I mean, look, I've got the greatest job in the world.
But that day, I was thinking about this when it was raining the other day. I can't help but I always remember pushing the bus to the state championship game in 2016, sir, with the rain all the way up to the top of the nose of that bus, and you pushing it through there, and y'all ended up winning the state championship about 7 hours later. That's the one I'll never forget.
Yeah, that was quite an experience. I have a video that pops up ever so often to document that actually happened, but don't tell the bus company. But those are, look, I get to experience those same thrills just from a different seat. And, watching guys like Colton Sepulvedo have the amount of success that he has, in a way, I feel like a proud big brother or even a dad in some ways, and it's just as enjoyable from this seat as it was from those others. So I'm a lucky guy in that I get to do what I do every day at Natchitoches Central. There's no better place for me in the world. So.
Absolutely. Well, man, look, my apologies. I was going to make this about 5 minutes, but small talk, and next thing you know, we're almost at 10.
No small talk, man.
I can't help it, man. We'd go back too far. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Natchitoches Central Principal Micah Coleman for his time. Coach, I appreciate it. And go Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.